Look at this. We got something. We got something. Aloha guys, Cuba Chris here. Now I want to give you a synopsis of probably my number one best reel from Okuma. Now this reel has been a long favorite of mine. That's how some of the reps from Okuma found me, because they sent out questionnaires to why we're looking for this type of person, and I found out to all the shops they went to, they only gave my name, so I was very honored about that. And plus, I like Okuma, especially this is the reel that got me started. This is going to be the story of Okuma's Azores Spinning reels. Now, according to Alan Hawk, who is a renowned worldwide expert in spinning reels, Okuma Blue Azores, he races as number 3 out of 5 in the top reels of what he calls the best general use saltwater reel category for $150 and under. Now, Mr. Hawk makes his reel reviews from his boat, fishing off his boat. Now, for the shoreline, to me, that is a mistake, because the shoreline offers harder conditions on the angler and the equipment. He should make 2 reviews of every product, one from the boat, other from the shoreline. But that's just me. Now, back in 2014, I was buying a lot of my reels from Sports Authority. Remember them? They were all over the U.S. and they were a big sporting department, or sporting goods department. So I got really hooked into the Azores. Now, these are the second generation. The first generation are the original white ones. Now, I've been using I don't have any here. They're in storage, and I just don't have a way of right now getting down to storage because my car is getting a little fritzy at the moment. So the original white ones, they came in 40, 55, 65, 80. Okay. Now, the 40 that's the equivalent to the 4,000 reel, which is this one, the 4,000. The 55 is equivalent to the 6,000. You see, that was the 55. Yeah, the 65 is equivalent to the 8,000, and the 80 is equivalent to the 14,000. Man, that's a big reel. Now, I started using the blues starting with the 80s for surf casting, because that was a monster, and it held a lot of line, and it had such high standards for bringing in big fish. Now, back in 2019, I believe that's after Sports Authority closed down, I had purchased a lot of the original reels at a discounted price. So back then, the 65, the Azores 65 is the current 8,000. And I made a video. It's on my channel. I hooked into a massive 5-foot ulua, which is a GT. And a quick story: a military guy that just happened to be at the pier was leaving Hawaii, and just so happened that he had bought a lot of my Shimano reels online. It was the first time I met him in like a month, so it was a surprise meeting out in the middle of nowhere at 11:30 at night. And my friend Ray Allen had just left because he had to work the next day. My light went out. He gave me his backup headband. He used his main headband so him and his girlfriend could get back to the car. Make a long story short, this military guy threw out, he had a couple live fish. He threw out one. Boom. He had, I believe it was a Stratic. It was like a 5,000 or 6,000 size. Whatever hit, stripped it out. He couldn't stop it within a minute and a half. Threw out the second one. Boom, stripped it out. And he just gave me the last one. He goes, here, like parting person. So he left. I threw that out using the 65, the white 65, which is the 8,000. Boom, that hit. So I knew, God, that must be a GT right off the pier that we're on. I battled that thing for 40 minutes. It went across the channel, which was roughly 300 yards away. Luckily, I had 380 yards at line. I had braid now, 50-pound test braid. Came back in, and I saw it. Even though I was using my friend's backup headlight, it wasn't strong enough where the camera could pick up definitions in the water, but you could see the rippling. You could see the waves. It was a 5-foot long GT, and it kept circling pier. It went off to my left, which was had a big pillar out there. It went around that, went out getting tangled, came back in. So that was my battle with the original. All right, so it should have broke off a long time ago, but I almost had it in, and it realized that when it came up to the pier, which was like 20 feet, 25 feet in the front, there was some structure in the bottom. It dove last minute, dove for the structure, and I felt it get tangled, and boom, the line snapped. So there was that. That was that. But I got the whole thing on video, so there's no doubt about it. And like I said, I only used 50-pound test mainline, which was braid. I had 60-pound test mono with two 4/0 mustad hooks on a tandem, and that held it. I mean, there was a small little fish he gave me, but I put one in above the neck, the other in tail, and that showed me how powerful that reel is. Ever since then, I've been catching jacks. I've been catching bonefish mostly. I tell you, these are that damn good. So since 2014 from Sports Authority, when I got the original whites, to 2019 when I became part of Okuma, got the blues, when the sizes change, this reel has never faltered. Not one has ever gone back to Okuma for servicing. Not one. I'm supposed to, but now these reels has maintained its worldwide popularity, still in use today. In fact, it is so popular in areas like Japan, they have their own special model in Japan that comes with a Gomexis style knob, a chrome silver Gomexis style knob. And I see it every once in a while on eBay. That's how popular these reels have become. But you know, sad story here, or semi-sad story. Okuma has never wanted to get out of the original rubber handles. So a lot of people were a lot of anglers like me were very discouraged because we wanted our gear to look really cool, right? Not just be good, but look cool. So Gomexis got in contact with Okuma, and I guess nothing happened out of that. So they got in touch with me, and I contacted Okuma, and they gave me their blessings to work with Gomexis. So I worked with Vernon, really nice guy over there. And between the two of us, we're going back and forth suggesting millimeter sizes of handle radiuses down to what we should use. Came down that when I can turn a 6,000 reel like this into a 6,000 reel like this. And this one here has a Gomexis style handle. See that knob I mean? It's a power knob. And it's perfect. So in a nutshell, with encouragement from John Bressa, who's a product director for Okuma, as well as Vernon, and later on I got in contact with Jack, also from Gomexis, I was able to complete not only the power knobs needed for this line, but almost every line of reel out there. There was only one reel we couldn't match up for because it used old style rivets to rivet the handle on. So that unless it be drilled it out, there's no way you can work on it. So quickly, the secret, for Okuma here, I had to use replacement parts for Daiwa, including the handle here. This is a 38 now, 38 millimeter. When you go up in size, you go up also in size of the knobs, but this is perfect here to 38. This was meant for Daiwa. The insides here were also meant for Daiwa. That's what threw everybody off. It had to be for Daiwa to fit an Okuma because there wasn't just any parts for Okuma on at the time. I had to work with what I had to work with. The biggest breakthrough is when the Inspira ISX came out in 2024. I was the one that broke out that I found a way to accessorize it with power knobs. I put that out in several videos, and now we got Okuma distributors around the world, as far away as South America, doing exactly what I did to promote this product. So I did my part. So these reels have quite a history. Started out with original whites. I'll probably throw in some pictures. I got pictures. I'll throw in some pictures in here, show you what the original white ones look like. I mean, I still use them to this day. The only difference between the white and the blues is two. One is the white, these are blue. Two is that because it was originally made for freshwater and then found out it works in saltwater, Okuma made the parts a little bit bigger, the gearing slightly larger, so it would withstand the corrosive nature of salt water better. That was the only difference. And of course, the sizing, the 40, 55, 65, and 80 sizes became the 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 14,000. That was it. I mean, you had to change the sizing because that's when Okuma decided we're going to do what the rest of the world does and have standardized sizing. I like these reels. I like these reels even before I became a part of Okuma for a couple of years. I'm still using. This is only a portion what I got. I got all the known sizes in original and blues. You've seen them on my videos throughout the years, and I still use them every once in a while. I'll shake the cobwebs out and I'll use them. Because I use it doesn't mean you have to, but at least you should try one. You have a friend that has one, borrow one. You see, I use one at eBay. You run the risk of buying any type of used reel, if it's Shimano or Okuma, but try one. I would say that all around size. Okay, these look pretty big, right? These look like an 8,000 of a normal size. These are 6,000s. These are good for surf casting. The 8,000 be better because more line, right? That's what I brought in the GT with. I would say all around the 4,000. This is the 4,000 here. This is my favorite, and especially with the handle here. So this here, I would say you can't go wrong with the 4. Plus, I do surf casting with it, and you also got this one here. There you go. Who wouldn't look cool or feel great using a knob like this? Look at that. That's a really nice knob, isn't it? So I appreciate that you took the time to watch this. And the only reason I'm promoting this and rebringing this up again is because it's been a while. It's one of my favorite reels for a reason. I like this reel before I even became part of the system. So trust me when I say this is worth the money, and it's not that much money either. It's under $150, and even the experts do agree with me on this. Okay, so thanks again for watching. All right, this is what we call in Hawaii a papio, which is a young Jack Trevally. Anything under 10 pounds is known as a papio, and he hit a golden goby, which looks like I'm gonna have to take out later because it's in there. But that's what he looks like, and he's grunting at me right now, so he's not too happy.